Okay, what I have here, the compact edition of the Oxford English Dictionary, have both volumes. This originally came with a slipcase, which is not present, and a magnifying glass, which is also not present. I have the two volumes. My personal copy of this dictionary also doesn't have a slipcase or magnifying glass, and I bought a 6-power 3-inch round magnifying glass, and for me that's perfectly adequate. Anything from a 6-power to a 12-power magnifying glass works pretty well for most people, I think. I like one a little bigger around, so mine is 3 inches, and they can be had at a wide variety of price points. This is a 1971 printing. It is a former library copy and has typical library markings. On the spine, a call number, R reference 423 O Oxford. And it has the typical library markings, and both volumes are marked the same, and so I will show just one, and it is representative of both. And I'll try to stay out of the picture as best I can. Okay. On the top edge, a library stamp underlined in black, and a branch stamp. On the bottom edge, the same library stamp underlined and a branch stamp. On the back cover, there was a barcode that was blacked out when withdrawn. There's a white square RFID tag and a number stamp. In the front of the dictionary, on the title page, the same markings, library stamp underlined in black, and a branch stamp. On the next page, a number stamp. Here and there, and I found very few of them, the individual pages will have the same stamp and underline marking at the bottom of the page. I've only found 1 or 2 per volume. There may be others. There aren't very many, and they appear to all be at the bottom of the page. The condition of the volume is good. It does show some shelf wear, but I don't think these copies saw a lot of use. They were a library copy, which can be a bad thing, but I don't see excessive use in these. The cover is good. The binding is good. When opening the dictionary, as is common with any large dictionary, a large Bible, there is some crinkling of a couple of the first pages. A large vertical crinkle here on the half title page. In the bottom corner of this page is rather raggedy. We have the same on the title page. A vertical crinkle here And the bottom corner of this page is also a bit raggedy. But that's all the crinkled pages on this volume, which is very few for a book this size. Does not show a lot of wear. We have some thumbing wear in just the first pages where it just would have initially been opened. These corners show some thumbing wear because this is where people would have just reached in and opened the volume. So these first pages do show from having been opened. Beyond that, it goes away, and the corners are nice and square. Each page of the compact edition has 4 pages of the full dictionary. And you use a magnifying glass to read the text. People use anywhere from 6 power to 12 power magnifying glasses. Mine is a 6 power, 3 inches around. I picked it up on Amazon. It works very, very well. So we have the complete dictionary in 2 volumes, which makes it affordable. The pages are bright, white, no marks, very little to comment on. There are a few specific things I will come back and look at. But these volumes saw very little use. They spent their time standing guard on the reference shelf. I really need only to go through 1 volume because they're basically the same. You've seen one, you've seen them both. So, I do want to go over some specific things. On the bottom edge, there's a little bit of soiling from the shelf wear towards the front. It gets quite a bit cleaner as you move to the foredge. There's a little soiling from shelf wear. On the top edge, it's the reverse. It's on the front where we have a little bit of soiling, and less as we get to the foredge. When it was taken off the shelf, people just naturally reach in like this. And so it's just a little bit darker here at the spine. When I went through these, I compressed the tight block very tightly to see if I could spot areas in the book that had issues. And I did this on all 3 edges. And on any volume, it's a good way to find issues, to really compress the text block tightly, and you can see little things you might not otherwise see. In this case, I found just a few places where the book hadn't been closed carefully, and as it closed, it caught a few pages and put a dog ear on them. So there are a few places here and there where you've got just a few pages with very small dog ears. Where I found them, I have unfolded them. I can't say I've found them all, but there's not that many dog ears, but I did go through to see if I could find any. Also on this volume, I did find a repair on page 1822, I think. Yes, yeah, here we go. I would never have found it except for compressing the text block. I would never have seen it. This was a library repair. It's actually 2 pages. It got caught with something in the center of the page, and so there's a small tear here, and this has been repaired with clear tape. Just a square piece of tape from about here to here. And whatever caught this caught 2 pages simultaneously. Page 1824, also repaired with a piece of clear, presumably archival tape. Has a patch from here. Runs almost, but not quite to the bottom of the page. Would never have found it had I not compressed the type block tightly enough that it kind of exposed itself. Just a little bit of extra thickness between the pages had me saying, let me look at this. Did the same with this volume. Really compressed the text block to see if any dog ears would show themselves or any other repairs. And on this volume, I did find a few dog ears, not many. And I also found 2 pages that had issues. This page here, page 3039, had a large dog ear, probably from accidentally caught. So we definitely have a crease from a log dog ear. There is a very short closed tear, and it ends at the top with a little diagonal open tear. So there's a little loss of paper at the top of this page because we do have an open tear right at the top there. And also in this volume, the repair has been made at page 3279 and 80. And what they did with this one, they put in a plastic, just a clear plastic tape patch from about here over to here, and from here all the way to the top edge. There's a diagonal tear that starts right here. It comes up at an angle to about here. It comes up farther this direction. It comes up to an angle about here. So they've done a conservation with clear tape, with a big square of tape. On the verso, they let the repair stand. They did bring the tape over the top edge to here. The tape comes over the top edge from here to here. But they've let the repair on the recto stand. You can see the closed tear at an angle here, at an angle here, and they felt that the repair on the recto was sufficient and did not tape this side of the leaf except to bring the tape over the top edge. And that is all that I could find in these volumes. Did I find everything there was to find? Probably not. It's thousands of pages. Did I work very hard to find everything I could? Yes. I've been through these volumes numerous times, and that is everything that I've been able to find.